Valeisha Butterfield. We just finished the private screening of the Memo. Congratulations on the film. I loved it.
Thank you.
What was it about anything that you had went through that made you say, you know what, I'm ready to put all of this on camera?
Well, it was based on a book called The Memo, and the story of Minda Harts, an award-winning author who went through the exact same experience, but she wasn't alone. And so the more I talked to women in corporate spaces, the more I realized there were millions of young women who were feeling alone, who were experiencing the microaggressions, and I knew that the story had to be told.
I think one of the most challenging things in corporate America, especially when you look like us, is they'll always try to tell you, you got to play by the game. They'll always try to tell you, you have to play by our rules. But nowadays, it's like, nah, we don't want to do that. What message do you want to send to the generation that's going to see this?
Well, I think it's important to just remember who you are and to always be who you are. And it doesn't mean that you can't play the game, but never at your own expense. And so if you're being told to assimilate, if you're being told to wear your hair differently, if you're being told to tone it down, ask yourself, is it worth it? And so I think sometimes we shrink and we dim our light in these spaces when the world requires us to expand who we are.
What is it that you want everybody to take away from this when it drops?
When it drops, spread the word. We want everyone to be talking about the memo, using the hashtag #DidYouGetTheMemo. But more importantly, we want you to remember who you are. And so if you feel alone in these spaces, if you know other women that feel like they're isolated and can't tell their story, encourage them. Speak up for them. Stand up for them, because you'll never know who's suffering in silence.
Ashley Christopher right here at the private screening of the Memo. How you doing today?
Doing well. So happy to be here.
I want to address this now. Thank you for giving me a chance. I really appreciate it. You've been rocking with me for a little bit, so I just want to tell you thank you, because what y'all been doing for a brother means a lot.
Oh, no, absolutely. Listen, I think it's our responsibility to open doors any way we can. So if there's any way that I ever can be of service to help you with anything that you're doing, please always feel free to reach out. That's just who I am. I'm always help where I can.
100%. I appreciate that. The screening went great. What was it that stood out to you the most?
Well, I think it's just what black women go through in corporate America on a daily basis. The microaggressions that we face and experience, have to kind of just swallow those pills and keep moving and keep doing the work without really addressing the problem if we want to ascend. So, it really highlighted the struggle that we have, this internal conflict. Do I speak up for myself and then face possible consequences or retaliation? Or do I say, you know what, screw this, I'm leaving? It takes a lot to, get to either point, because it takes some sacrifice no matter which route you choose. But I think it's just powerful to be able to showcase that, to demonstrate that, and to bring it here to Wilmington so that our community could have seen that.
What is it that you want everybody to take away from the movie once it comes out?
We need allies. Speak up in the workplace. Microaggressions are really, it's just common sense. You know what they are. You know what they aren't. You know when someone's being mistreated. You know when someone's overworked and undervalued. You know when someone's overlooked and passed up for promotions when they are deserving. Speak up. Be an ally to those people in those workplaces so they can feel more valued and comfortable, because it only is a win for the company. So when you speak up about those things and you try to make those things right and try to clear out those things that aren't so good about the company that you're working for, it's really just a win. So I encourage people to speak up and be allies.